What do we? You weren't here at 6 o'clock. You zip it.
Lisa gave me permission. 7 o'clock there?
I think she did any.
No, and you weren't excused.
Thank you.
No excuse. Oh shoot! I suppose I should put this back on. Oh, I got the. I don't have much to say. Welcome, everybody. We're going to call the May 12th council meeting to order. If everybody could please stand, we're going to do the invocation with Pastor Edward Agee from Bethel Assembly of God. Welcome.
Let us pray. Lord, I just thank you for this opportunity to come together to discuss the business of this city. Lord, I ask that you just continue to prosper this city, continue to help us to fix whatever things are broken, and to find the resources necessary. Lord, I just pray a blessing over this meeting tonight, that you just guide the discussions to help us come to the best possible solutions. Lord, I just pray health over each and every person here, and I pray a special blessing on all the mothers who celebrated Mother's Day yesterday. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I have a few remarks
I
tonight.
have to do roll call.
Oh, I'm sorry. Roll call, please.
Sure. Councilpersons Bear?
Here.
Dupre? Here. Nichols?
Here.
Ross? Here. Salcido?
Here.
Zor?
Here.
And Mayor Tobin.
Here. So I'll do some remarks now.
Okay.
Okay. So I've received correspondence through a council person here. It read, on March 3rd, Hutch Paving was out in the neighborhood, and he was speaking with a resident, and the resident's name is Mr. Kaminsky, and he was speaking with a city employee and a Hennessy engineer employee, and after speaking for about 5 minutes, Mr. Kaminsky went about his business working in his garage. A short time later, the city employee returned and asked if Mr. Kaminsky had heard someone screaming for help. The two workers ran from the garage and proceeded to the side door of Mr. Kaminsky's house. There they found that Mr. Kaminsky's wife had fallen from the top of the kitchen stairs onto the landing and was unable to get up. The city employee dropped what he was carrying and picked her up, and the head employee held the doors and helped them, and they were both able to get her into a kitchen chair. These gentlemen were at the right place at the right time and went over and above. Mr. Kaminsky states these employees should receive some recognition for stepping up and helping someone in need in our community. I wholeheartedly agree with Mr. Kaminsky. Thank you, Trevor and Ron, for being outstanding in the City of Lincoln Park and Hennessy employees, and we are abundantly grateful and proud of you. I didn't have time to prepare something for these gentlemen, but at the next council meeting, I would like to prepare something to honor these gentlemen for their quick thinking, for paying attention, and going to aid one of our residents in their time of need. Mr. Kaminsky and Mrs. Kaminsky are very grateful and talked about how kind and wonderful these gentlemen were to help them. So thank you, Ron. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you so much for being there. Moving on, I was honored to open the season for the Lincoln Park Horseshoe Club last Wednesday. I got to throw out the first pitch, and actually it was the second pitch that made it, but we won't talk about that. This is a great group of people. They are a lot of fun. They meet every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. The horseshoe pits are next to the basketball court at U Center Park. They're always looking to grow the club, so if you're interested, stop by and see them. And the Historical Museum had their 100th anniversary dinner on May 8th at the high school, and it was very well attended. The theme was the Roaring Twenties, the food was great, and the music was great. Many of the attendees dressed in the fashions of the 1920s. Some of us were flappers. Some of us wore other various things. Jason Nichols.
I think he was a flapper, too.
Yeah, I think he was, too. The Exchange Club was there, and the president spoke about the Exchange Clubs there, also celebrating their 100th anniversary this year. It was just a really fun event. They had a lot of basket raffles. It was a lot of fun, so 100 years to the Historical Society and the museum. Well done, everybody. The EDC is starting up their banner program. As you can see, the banner is on the wall here. There will be another banner to choose from. I know it looks really big, but it does not look that big when it's out on the signs. They'll be on Southfield and Ford Street, going down Southfield, going down Ford Street. The forms and the letters should be available by Friday at the latest. So if you know a business or a family that wants to support them, it's a lot of fun to see your family name or your logo up on the street. So you can contact anybody on the EDC if you're interested in getting involved in that. And we have a really big weekend coming up. The museum will have its memorial bell ringing on Saturday at noon, right outside the museum here. And on Sunday, the annual Memorial Day Parade starts at 1 o'clock. It begins at Fort Street and White and ends at Fort Street and Merrill, just past the band shell. Immediately following that is the VFW American Legion Memorial Day service at the War Memorial. This year we'll be reading all the names of the War Memorial, honoring and remembering all those that served in all the wars. The summer concert series starts soon. The Parks and Rec Department concerts start June 5th with Infinity and Beyond. The Mayor and Council's concert series, Tuesday Tunes, starts June 17th with Motor City Josh and the Big Three, the Funky Blues You Can't Refuse. Lincoln Park Eagles Save Our Cub fundraiser starts on June 7th, 2025 at noon. Goes noon to close. The Eagles need to raise money to keep their club open, so they're asking everybody to come out and attend this event. There will be nonstop entertainment all day, gift baskets, lottery trees, and 50-50 drawings all day. Food will be available, outdoor games in a kids area. This is open to the public, so please come out and support the club. They do a lot for our city, so now that they need us, let's show up and do a lot for them. And with that, let's move on. We'll start with the consent agenda. Where is it? Okay. Resolved that the following items listed under the consent agenda be approved as presented to the mayor and council. A, approve minutes, regular meeting April 28, 2025. B, approve accounts and claims payable. C, approve renewal used auto dealers. D, approve renewal second-hand dealer. E, participation residential rehab loan. F, attend training APWA/DPS director.
Move.
Support.
Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Nichols?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin.
Yes. Okay, next we're going to go to funding for Wayne County Parks. Dennis is in here, so I'll read it. The subject is authorized funding agreement, Wayne County Parks Division. The purpose to enter into an agreement with Wayne County Parks Division to receive funding for improvements to Community Center Ice Arena. The background, for fiscal year 2024-2025, Wayne County, the county, has allocated $27,004 to the City of Lincoln Park for the Park Millage Fund for park improvements pending the approval of the Parks Division and Wayne County Commission. The budget impact, none at this time. Recommendation, it is recommendation that this agreement between the City of Lincoln Park and Wayne County Parks Division be approved. Respectfully submitted, Dennis C. Anderson. Whereas the City of Wayne, Michigan, the County of Wayne, Michigan, and the City of Lincoln Park, Michigan, have interest in entering a cooperative parks and recreation project that are mutually beneficial to the residents of Wayne County. Whereas the county will cooperatively fund the improvements at the community center in the amount of $27,004. Therefore, be it resolved that City of Lincoln Park enter into a funding agreement with the County of Wayne and the mayor and the City of Lincoln Park authorized to sign all documents necessary to execute said agreement.
Move.
Support.
Discussion?
To the Chair, Your Honor.
Yes.
Quick question. Is this just for the community center, or is this allocated to all our parks that are
This
in need?
is for repairs for the community center.
So Dennis, this year they put in for funding to replace either the scoreboard in the facility or to do lighting replacement in the facility.
All right.
Any other discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Nichols?
Yes.
Ross? Yes. Salcido?
Yes.
Zohr?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin?
Yes.
This is to approve the contract for the Fraternal Order of the Police Labor Council. The contract for the FOPLC will expire July 1st, 2025. The city and the union have reached an agreement for a 2-year period that will expire June 30th of 27. The major components of this agreement are year 1 and year 2 wage increases of 3%. We added Juneteenth and the day after Thanksgiving holidays to align with the other groups. Uniform allowance was increased by $150 per employee per year. The detectives will receive $1 per hour differential pay, which is in line with the command group as well. Life insurance was increased to $100,000 for an on-duty death benefit only, and shift differential is increased from 50 cents per hour to 75 cents per hour. The cost of the contract over the 2-year term is estimated at $164,000. Most of that is related to wages. It is recommended the mayor and council approve the attached resolution.
Be it resolved, the mayor and city council approve the tentative agreement between the city of Lincoln Park and the Fraternal Order of Police Labor Council, FOPLC. Be it further resolved, the mayor and city clerk are authorized to execute the final agreement on behalf of the city of Lincoln Park.
Move.
Support.
Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Nichols?
Yes.
Ross? Yes. Bear?
Yes.
Dupre? Yes. Salcido?
Yes.
Zohr?
Yeah.
And Mayor Tobin?
This one is to award the bid for playground surfacing mulch. The Parks and Recreation Department received 1 bid with options for term contract pricing for the purchase, delivery, and installation of engineered wood fiber mulch at playgrounds throughout the city. 2 bids received were Synergy Lawnscape LLC at 3531 cubic yard, Superior Ground Cover Inc. at 3550 per cubic yard. After reviewing the bid, they have found that Superior Ground Cover Inc. was the lowest and best bid, having met all the requirements stated in the bid specifications. The budget impact are funds to come from account numbers 101-704-935P, Maintenance of Parks, and 249-050-755-060, CDBG Parks. It is recommended that the mayor and council award the bid to Superior Ground Cover for the term contract pricing for the purchase, delivery, and installation of engineered wood fiber and mulch at playgrounds throughout the city at a cost of $35.50 per cubic yard. The pricing will be held till December 31st of 2026.
Whereas the Parks and Recreation Department has solicited bids for term contract pricing for the purchase, delivery, and installation of engineered wood fiber mulch at playgrounds throughout the city, and whereas the city has received 2 bids, and after reviewing all bids, it is determined that Superior Ground Cover Incorporated has met all the requirements listed in the bid specifications. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council do hereby award the contract to Superior Ground Cover Incorporated at the cost not to exceed $35.50 per cubic yard, with the contract end date of December 31st, 2026. Funds to come from account number 101.704.935 and 249.050.755060.
Move. Support.
Discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Nichols?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Dupre? Yes. Ross? Yes. Salcido?
Yes.
Zohr?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Kazoo?
Good evening, Mayor and Council, John Kazoo, and citizens. I'm going to paraphrase my cover letter. I didn't print it off for some reason, or I forgot it. Anyways, this is in regards to the police department, the epoxy of the, what I want to call the jail cell area. We've had issues with some peeling in the past, so we've put it out for bid to strip the existing epoxy coating and put a new course on it. Back in April of 23rd of 2025, we put that particular project out for bid. CNS Construction Management, their bid was $27,200. Concrete Floor Treatment, Inc., base bid was $18,881. We determined that the police department could only give us half of the jail cell area at a time. so you had to have multiple times in there to do the job. Concrete floor treatment determined that they only bid it to come in one time to do it. That wasn't what they're supposed to have done. CNS Construction Management did, so their bid is qualified with what was requested. Concrete floor treatment is not. It was asked of them, if you did it a second time, what added cost would there be? We never received any response from them, so I don't really think that they wanted the work. So I'm asking on behalf of the police department that the work be awarded to CNS Construction Management, and the price tag to be $29,920, which includes 10% onto their base bid of $27,200.
Be it resolved that the mayor and city council award the police department jail cell epoxy floor project to CNS Construction. The total cost of the project is not to exceed $29,920, including the 10% contingency to the base bid to come from Building and Grounds Contractual Service account number 101-263-818000.
Move.
Support.
Discussion?
Just one quick question, Your Honor. John, I don't know if you can answer this, maybe the police chief can, but say concrete floor treatment, the one that did the lower bid, what they said on May 20th, if you clear the building, we can have it done in one day and save the city $9,000. Why isn't that feasible?
Because in talking to the police chief, he didn't think that he could,
Evacuate the building?
no, I was going to say, they do have quite a volume of arrestees, so they do have to house them someplace. Best he thought he could do was give us half the jail cell. That's why we had determined they'd have to make 2 trips.
All right, thank you for your answer.
How was that, chief? Good?
I could have done better.
For the record, let's scratch that last remark, please.
Thank you, John.
Okay, let's move on. Approved
Can we
services?
call the roll?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Nichols?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Ross? Yes. Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin.
Yes. Okay, next is approved services, CDBG parking lot. Mr. Kazoo.
Again, last council meeting, we awarded to have those 3 parking lots done with CDBG monies. We took bids on a Wednesday morning, and the clerk gave me the ability to get a cover letter and put that on last council meeting. I failed to do that because I was unable to get the information that I needed from Hennessy organization. So we did at the last minute. So this is playing catch-up for the contract that we awarded last council meeting. Subject, design and construction management for the CVG parking lots rehabilitation program. Background, mayor and council awarded a CVG parking lot rehabilitation project to Hutch Paving on April 26 of 25. Hennessy Engineering, Inc. is offering to assist the city in completing the project by providing design and construction management services. The total cost is not to exceed $106,600. Account number to be determined. Recommendation is to mayor and council award this work to Hennessy Engineering for the work that has already started.
Be it resolved that the mayor and city council approve the Hennessy Engineers Incorporated proposal to assist the city of Lincoln Park with design and construction management services to complete the CDBG parking lot rehabilitation project. The total cost of the project is not to exceed $100,600 from account number to be determined.
Move.
Support.
I just want to, when I spoke to you about this earlier, John,
Yes.
this $106,000 is already included in the cost.
It is.
Okay. I have nothing else. Is there any more discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Nichols?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin.
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thank you,
John.
Thank you.
Waive bid Memorial Day Parade. Whereas the mayor and council believe the Memorial Day Parade to be an important event for the city of Lincoln Park and its residents, honoring the sacrifices made by many current and former residents of the city of Lincoln Park. And whereas the mayor and council wish to reduce the financial burden to VFW Post 552 Parade Committee as they work to stage the 2025 Memorial Day Parade and allow money raised for the parade to be reinvested back into the parade. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council hereby waives the special event application fee and all cost recovery fees for those items listed in Section 878.06E for the 2025 Memorial Day Parade. Special event to cease by 11 p.m. per Municipal Code 666.04. Applicants shall be responsible for cleanup of all debris associated with the event from surrounding properties.
Move. Support.
Discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Nichols?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Ross? Yes. Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin.
Yes. Now we're going to move on to the city manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a few items to touch on. Again, the budget was presented at an earlier study session. We will continue to make some minor tweaks as necessary before the adoption in June. And then a reminder on that the public hearing will be at the next regular council meeting on the 27th of this month, and then adoption is set for the first meeting in June. And then city offices will be closed in observation of Memorial Day on the 26th, so the regular council meeting will be held on the 27th, which is a Tuesday evening. The work on the Memorial Building parking lot did begin. It's anticipated that it could be complete by the end of next week. That's all dependent on the weather. And then we are continuing to work on the city's new website. And with that, I know Ashley had put a post out there. We are looking for some photos from residents, so if you have some really neat photos of throughout the community, if you can get a hold of someone in our office, we can tell you how to get those sent to us. But we are trying to update our pictures and get some more nice modern pictures as opposed to the ones that we had on the old site. So we should be rolling out the new website sometime this summer, and we definitely want to add to that picture gallery. And then just a reminder on the water bills. I know we talked a lot about rates tonight. Just any residents who do receive a past due notice, please reach out to the water department. We do try to work out payment arrangements with you. We would like to avoid any shutoffs. There are always some in the summer, but it's a lot of work on not only my staff in the water office, but DPS staff as well. So we try to work with the residents as much as we can. Our staff, we do have some newer employees down there. We've been plagued with some medical issues down there as well, so they are working a little short-staffed, but they do a great job working with the residents and some very stressful situations down there. And that is all I have for tonight.
Anybody have anything for the city manager?
For the Charlie Runner, Lisa, you didn't really mention this in your report, but I was driving on Dix on my way home today. On 3360 Dix, there's a planning commission meeting on May 14th for rezoning, and it's a car wash. Do you know what they're planning on doing?
So they are looking to turn at least one of the bays into a full-service car wash. So they're not properly zoned for that, so they have to go through the zoning process as well as planning commission.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? Then we'll move on to the fire chief with his report.
I'll make this quick because this is getting to be a fast meeting, and it's kind of rare here. Good morning, or good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you for this opportunity to provide an update on the operations, training, and activities of the Lincoln Park Fire Department over the past quarter. Response data for the last 4 months, the total calls for service is 2,298 total runs. EMS calls were 1,915. Fire calls were 26 calls. We had 17 building fires, 8 vehicle fires, and 1 dumpster fire. Of those 26, we responded to 8 mutual aid fires in the surrounding communities. We have 139 other hazards, which include gas leaks, wires down, and carbon monoxide incidents, and we had 74 false alarms or good intent calls. Mutual aid to date, year to date is we've given aid to other communities 9 times, and we received 8 aid from other communities 54 times for 9 fires and 45 rescues. Injuries and fatalities, we've had 0 fire-related injuries, any civilian-related injuries, or any fatalities this quarter. We've had 3 firefighter injuries. A notable achievement from last year, in 2024, the City of Lincoln Park recorded 0 civilian fire-related fatalities. This is the first time in over 30 years that that has happened. I think this milestone is a direct result of the department's aggressive smoke detector initiative with our partners with the CDBG. They bought over 5,000 smoke detectors, and they were replaced by guys on shift, myself, and the FSET team members. I think this is tangible evidence that the fire code enforcement team work is not only effective, it saves lives. I want to personally thank the FSET team and our partners with CDBG. I put in this year for another 20,000 to be bought, and hopefully to get through the rest of the alphabet of the people on the tax rolls. I think we're at M or N or P, somewhere there, and to install the rest of the smoke detectors coming up. Their efforts have not gone unnoticed and are deeply appreciated by the department, the city, and its residents. The fire code enforcement team, we had 206 inspections, re-inspections, or CFOs. We investigated 9 complaints, and we had 3 food truck inspections so far this year. The FSET team, or Fire Code Enforcement Team, is made up of 6 members who work on shift and then do this on their off time for overtime. And they meet the fire and safety standards, helping protect residents, patrons, and employees. Departmental training for this quarter. All personnel are required to complete ongoing education to maintain EMS licensure according to the state of Michigan guidelines. For paramedics, that's 45 credits over 3 years, plus ACLS, which is Advanced Cardiac Life Support, Pediatric Advanced Life Support, and Basic Life Support, which is CPR, every 2 years. The fire requirements, our firefighters are required to have documented 36 hours over 30 years, and fire officers have an additional 12 hours over 3 years. Training highlights for this quarter was Advanced and Basic Life Support, ACLS, and Advanced Hazmat Life Support, and ICS 300 for our specialty team members. Total training over this quarter has been about 425 hours, and that's excluding the daily in-station training that they do in the station. Our specialty team members, we have 3 on the hazmat team, 3 on the arson investigation unit, 1 on the logistics, and we just placed 1 on the dive team. He's getting his certification now for the Downriver Dive team. Operations and grant activity, as I discussed earlier during the budget, all fire hose, or the AFG grants are suspended right now, and so is the SAFER grant. But we did receive funding for fire hose, and that was delivered, and that's been in service. Over 12,000 feet of fire hose was replaced in the past year and a half. I did put in for 2 AFG grants before they suspended it, and one was for the radio replacement. That's a regional grant with 14 communities, and a fire engine purchase for $950,000. Due to the freeze by the new administration, all firefighter-related funding and the National Fire Academy are currently suspended. This will impact the city of Lincoln Park and the surrounding region. While we received nearly $3 million in equipment over the past year, major purchases are on the horizon. And the upcoming equipment needs is a new fire engine in the next 5 years. That'll be probably like $1.5 million. And then the ladder truck, well, within 8 years, and that'll be 1.5 to 2.5 million, depending on, and that's today's dollars. So they're going up about 25% each year. So it's, yeah. Capital improvement plan coming up for the next 5 years. We're going to be signing an agreement with Stryker EMS Plus, and that's to replace all our EMS equipment, stretchers, stair chairs. We're going to purchase 15 heart monitors, so we're going to replace all of that. 9 of them in the building, and then we're going to outfit 6 police cars so that they have them, AED units, so that they can have them on their squad cars. Because they're on the road, they get there faster than we do. So the sooner we can use that equipment, the better off we'll be. Community engagement and notable activities. The Fire Department Open House is October 5th this year from 12 to 3. March reading, we had Reading Month in March, and we visited 3 elementary schools, and they read Firefighter Pete the Cat. Community events, we participated in the Red Wings alumni game, and the Detroit Pistons Balfour dorm renovation was completed in October, and that project totaled about $56,000 that the Detroit Pistons did it to renovate it. June 1st is our 100-year anniversary celebration. The public is invited, featuring food, refreshments, and touch a truck for the children. Special guests are all the retirees and their family. I encourage the council and mayor to come for that. It should be pretty good. We're going to have a couple speeches, and the old retirees are hopefully coming. They're going to have a close event the night before, and I think they're going to stick around and enjoy the festivities on June 1st. Leadership and regional advocacy. As the Executive DME Fire Chief and member of the Downriver Communities Conference DCC Board, I have and will use my position to advocate for the best interests of the City of Lincoln Park. I remain committed to ensuring that Lincoln Park's needs are represented and prioritized in all regional discussions affecting the fire service delivery, mutual aid, and resource allocation. This leadership role enables us to stay informed, influence policy, and collaborate with surrounding communities, strengthening both our operational readiness and regional partnerships. This concludes my report. Anybody have any questions?
Have anything?
No?
Through the chair.
That's good.
All I have, Chief, is the June 1st 100-year celebration. What time does that start?
12 o'clock.
Thank
We
you.
run 12 to 3. There's food, refreshments. Yeah, it should be, I'm kind of seeing who's going to come, all the retirees. For some reason, when retirees retire, they don't come around too much. They just don't. Yeah, so it'd be nice to see some of the older guys that I started off with.
Through the chair, Your Honor.
Yes.
Real quick, and I didn't want to bring this up, but I want to bring this up. Recently, there's been like house explosions, like recently in Southgate. Is there any warning you can give a resident, like a warning sign to, if you probably smell gas, I believe it has
Yeah,
a
if
smell.
you smell gas, call 911 right away and get out of the house. Yeah, Westline just had one last week, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Last week, yeah.
We never really hear the details, like, it seems like you could smell the gas, and I don't know if they lit a stove or something, but just, if you smell gas, evacuate and call 911. That's the
that's
best
every-
advice,
The-
right?
What happened in Southgate, I was there and helped with the investigation with DTE. So what it sounds like what happened there was she smelled gas and she went and checked the stove and hit the igniter. And yeah, so it's tragic. So, but they have the smart meters on there, and it said that it was running 4 hours open prior to that. So it filled up the basement, and then it went up. Yeah. So if you smell gas, call us, please.
Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
Anybody else? Thank you, Chief.
All righty, thank you.
Thank you. This time we'll go to citizens' communications. Anybody want to address this board?
Hi, Leslie Lynch Wilson. So, Lincoln Park Farmers Market, we're doing a vegetable seed distribution for low-income families and individuals tomorrow night at the library, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. This is through a grant from Wayne Metro that we get every year. This year, we decided to purchase seeds to distribute so people could start gardens to feed themselves since food prices are so high. So, it's income base, there'll be a form to fill out, but basically each person, family will get a bag of 10 different seed packs. And there's carrots, a couple different lettuces, 2 different tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, cucumbers, kale, and basil. So be sure to come tomorrow night at 5:30 and tell all your friends and family members. And Lincoln Park Preservation Alliance will also have the petunia seeds available for sale, so if you haven't purchased them yet, Mayor Tobin did, so she's off the hook, but be sure to stop by. Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. Anyone else? Okay, with that, we'll go on to the mayor and council. President Salcido, would you
You
like?
know, I'm going to pass tonight. I know there's a lot going on in the city. I know my colleagues are just dying to give this information out, so I'll pass.
Lillian?
Thank you, Your Honor. I will start with my ZBA report. The last ZBA meeting held in April was for 1617 Dix. ZBA granted their variance request to allow a small commercial ice manufacturing business. So, something different. And then there is no ZBA meeting for May. I found this today, and I wanted to pass this along. If you know a senior that's graduating high school, there is, Governor Whitmer did this ticket to tuition FAFSA sweepstakes for grads. And she will give 10 students, 10 students will win $50,000, and 40 students will win $10,000 cash for college. The thing is that this expires Friday at 11:59. So if you know a high school senior, have them go to tickettotuition.com, and it's pretty easy. Says it's 3 steps to enter, and they do have to complete the FAFSA. We all know about the FAFSA, right? And even if they've already completed it, there's a step for them too. So that is tickettotuition.com. So I thought that was pretty good information to pass along. Pass it to anyone that you know that has a graduating high school senior, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Tracy?
I hope everyone's enjoying the spring weather. I'm looking forward to attending some events this year that I wasn't able to last year, and hope to see many of you there. As always, I'd like to thank our employees for doing a wonderful job. Shout out to our first responders and DPS for keeping us safe and moving forward. And with that, good night and God bless.
Jason?
I will follow in Carlos's vein, and I don't really have much to say tonight except for everyone have a good evening.
Thank you. Eric?
I attended the swearing in of our new officers last week. Sylvan Ray is one of our new full-time officers, and Shane Evans is a new reserve officer. Very nice to have new officers in the department. They look like they're going to work out very well. Also, I just wanted to mention some of the places that I've been in our city: 1 Hour Modernizing, Lincoln Park KFC, Jones Council, McCaffrey's Lounge, Subway, Mickey's Pizza, America's Best Eyewear, and Great Lakes Ace.
Thank you, Eric. Jason?
Memorial Day cleanup is 9 to 1 at Memorial Park, presented by the CIC. So if you're able to come out, bring some gloves, some equipment, let's get it cleaned up for the parade, which is Sunday, 1 o'clock start time at Southfield in White. Be there, be prepared. If you got children, bring them out. There'll be candy, all kinds of fun and excitement. Lots of walking, lots of fun. It's supposed to be a nice day. Other than that, everybody have a great night.
With that note, I will call for adjournment.
So moved. Support.
Clerk, call the roll.
Councilperson
Yes.
Dupre? Yes. Bear?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Ross? Yes. Zor?
Yes.
And Mayor Tobin? Yes.